Now time that the Russian state comes forward and explains exactly what has gone on. It is completely unacceptable for our people to be either deliberate or accidental targets, or for our streets, our parks, our towns to be dumping grounds for poison.
You know, the offer is still there to the Russian state to try and assist us, to tell us what happened, because that would definitely help keep the people of Salisbury safe.
Meanwhile, the Russian president's spokesperson has commented on the incident, saying that Russia denies any involvement in the incidents. Dmitry Peskov underlined that Moscow is now concerned that nerve agents have apparently been used again in Europe. With so many unknowns in the story, one thing is for sure, though. The British media are having a field day, speculating anew on Russia's alleged involvement, as RT's Murad Gazdiev explains.
Could Putin have really done it? Ordered secret agents to poison a random drug addict and his homeless girlfriend with a lethal nerve agent, all in the middle of a flawless World Cup with billions watching Russia? Yeah, he could, if you watch TV enough.
Espionage and intrigue once again striking this sleepy corner of England.
That may have been left by the assailants who attacked the Skripals. Either it was left there during the preparation or after that attack.
Russian intelligence was behind this. But the fact is Vladimir Putin has flat out denied it. He's refused to cooperate with Britain. And we simply don't know how many more people can come into contact with this.
Think about it. It makes perfect sense. A drug addict picks up no one quite knows what. Next, he does something. No one seems to know what, though. Suddenly, he's in hospital for almost a week being treated for what no one knew what. With this much evidence, how could you not blame Russia? It could only have been Putin, just like it was last time.
You argue that the source of this nerve agent, Novichok, is Russia. How did you manage to find it out so quickly?
When I look at the evidence, I mean, the people from Porton Down, they were absolutely categorical. I mean, I asked the guy myself, I said, are you sure? And he said, there's no doubt.
We have not verified the precise source.
So to be clear, you're not able at Porton Down to say where it is from?
We haven't yet been able to do that.
I was being very clear, I thought I was being very clear to Deutsche Welle, the German programme, which is that Porton Down told us in absolutely no uncertain terms that this was a military-grade Novichok
So they knew what
agent.
it was.
It is not the business of Porton Down, and I don't know whether it's even possible for them to identify the origin.
In all seriousness, it's an interesting narrative we have going here. Last time, Britain's accusations were seemingly founded on a highly likely assessment. Therefore, it's highly likely that it's all Russia's fault.
The decision taken by the Russian government to deploy these in Salisbury on March the 4th was reckless and callous. There is no plausible alternative explanation to the events in March other than the Russian state was responsible. We have already seen multiple explanations from state-sponsored Russian media regarding this latest incident. We can anticipate further disinformation from the Kremlin, as we saw following the Salisbury attack.
We've come full circle. They sat there 4 months ago making the same claims. Something happens, accuse Russia, arguments collapse, then quiet. Something happens again, straight away they accuse Russia. You can guess what comes next.
Security analyst and former intelligence officer Charles Shoebridge told us the media is now full of conflicting reports.
Conflicting arguments, all sides citing different experts qualified to varying degrees, it must be said, to talk about this subject, some of whom are still saying that Novichok, such as is described, can easily be washed off hands by just using baby wipes, as indeed the police seem to be suggesting today in their advice to people. And on the other hand, it's extremely persistent and will last forever, according to one newspaper article I've read this morning. And of course, crucially, what's really missing in the British media media coverage of this and American media coverage of this is that some 4 months and a day really now after the Skripal incident, which we can, I think, assume to some degree at least is probably linked to this incident in Amesbury, but still 4 months later, despite one of the most intensive investigations in British criminal history, there is still no evidence been publicly produced of any suspects or to link this case with Russia.